Hey, this is Jonathan, Head of Product for GLIDR. I wanted to take a minute to tell you how we use GLIDR internally to manage our product development process. So I'm going to start with ideas. I'm currently looking at the list view of ideas, but I'm going to switch over to the Kanban view. You can do that in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm now looking at the Kanban grouped by a roadmap. And so our roadmap that we use is just now, next, and future. It's very simple. You can easily add sections and reorder sections and rename sections to put in whatever roadmap you want to use, and then you just drag and drop them into place. For us, we use this for planning purposes and then for communication purposes with our stakeholders. And to assist us with this roadmap, we actually have set up a number of themes, and you can set up themes the same way, adding sections, etc. And for us, we group things into large enhancements, small enhancements, integrations, usability. We have some growth-related features, some enterprise maybe features that we would add. This just helps us making sure that we're addressing those key themes as we plan out our roadmap. On an ongoing basis, though, I have a lot more granular questions about where things are in a workflow. And so status really helps with that. So you're reorganizing each time these cards into just different views of the same cards. And again, you can set your statuses up however you want. In this case, I'm looking with the way we have it set up is we take in new ideas and we process them and add them as candidates, and then we run them through our process, through product definition, discovery, UX, visual, and development. And things will move back and forth in these columns as we learn things. For instance, it might be in discovery, but then it needs to go to UX, and then it's back in discovery, and then it jumps to visual, and then we do some more discovery, and then eventually it goes to development. When we're actually ready to build it. And so this is where we kind of manage that process. And this is all the Kanban view. And the Kanban view tends to be just a little simpler in terms of communication. For planning purposes, the list view is actually really nice because it gives us a sense of making a lot of really quick and easy changes to things. So I'm going to switch back to roadmap. I can actually connect different pieces of evidence here. So I have a bunch of things that are already connected. And if I want to get to a really quick piece of evidence that I've already connected, I can actually just come down here and open something up. So in this case, I'm going to open this Intercom evidence that's connected to this conversation with Shreya. And so here I can see, okay, it was connected to JIRA, so it must have something to do with JIRA, but it also seems to have been connected to a couple of other things. I see we were talking about highlights and customer profiles here. So if I come over to connections, I see that it's connected indeed to customer profiles, to highlights, and it's rated differently to each one of these things. So this idea has been actually connected to this conversation has been connected to a whole bunch of different things in different ways. So this is one way that the list view can help us just take really quick actions. And then all of that data is then rolling up into a trend score. In this case, the trend is confirming of this JIRA integration. Now, if I actually want to get busy building a JIRA integration, what we do internally is we come into that JIRA card when we're ready to take a look at it. And we're going to see that it already has 10 pieces of connected evidence to it. And so we'll look at that evidence and we'll use it to build out a product spec for product definition. And we'll link in our Figma docs and anything else related to the Breeze epics, etc. And Breeze is our internal agile tool. And then when we come down here, you can see an entire product spec has been put together with a whole bunch of different conversations. So it's all linked together in a single place, everything we know about this product. But we don't really stop here. So we might see there's 10 pieces of connected evidence, and I can click on any of those to see them. But I actually might want to then dive deeper. And what we do to dive deeper at this point is we pop over to this discovery tab and we might set up a discovery task. In this case, we might set up JIRA exploratory research and we run it through a plan, run, and analyze phase. We develop a plan for the research, we talk to customers and run them through tests, and then we analyze what that means and share it with the team when it's in the analyze phase. And so this allows us to dive deeper and do deeper studies and things like that so that we can actually refine what we know and what has already been gathered and connected to these ideas. All of the evidence that's coming from no matter where it's connected is all then being connected in this evidence tab. And we look at this on an ongoing and daily basis, right? So we have things coming in here from Chrome extensions. So the way that works is I might actually pop over to an article. We might be building a tool around product scores, which indeed we actually are. And so I can highlight something from within this great product score article, and I can then send it to my demo project. And then I can pop back over to GLIDR, and I'll see it showing up here. And then I can easily come in and just say, you know what? This actually connects to my product scores. So let's just type scores, if we can spell that right. And product idea scores will show up, and it can say, yep, this is actually leaning confirming, maybe not completely confirming of that particular thing. So now I have some evidence in there. So we're adding evidence via a Chrome extension. We're adding evidence in the form of long-form interviews, and so we actually bring in the full interview notes and transcriptions. We also have a lot of things streaming in via Intercom. So if I flip over to reviewed, you can see that there's a whole bunch of different Intercom conversations that have streamed into this. And then those have all been connected as well. So we're kind of on an ongoing basis, planning our roadmap, checking evidence every day as evidence streams in from everywhere, connecting it to our ideas. And then when we're ready to build out our ideas, we take a look at that evidence from within this idea view, opening up the card so that we can see it and see that evidence. And then we are going in and connecting it and running more detailed customer discovery to dive deeper and refine our learning so that we can launch something that customers really care about.